Welcome to Classic Game Room. There's a lot of great racing games on the Sega Dreamcast, and this is one of the best from Bizarre Creations. It's Metropolis Street Racer, which is not played with the Sega Stunner, but you never know when you might be attacked by zombies. Metropolis Street Racer, released in the year 2000 for the Sega Dreamcast by the popular yet now defunct Bizarre Creations. The developer behind many cool games such as the Project Gotham Racing series and Geometry Wars. Metropolis Street Racer is a nice game for those who like to play racing games for the long haul, because you won't get anywhere in Metropolis Street Racer quickly, no matter how fast you drive. It does have swatch timing though. Sadly, the swatch timing does not come with a swatch guard. I had one of those in the 80s. It did absolutely nothing. Like a lot of racing games, Metropolis Street Racer starts you off with some pretty boring cars, and annoyingly it makes you live with them for a while.
3, 2, Roadhouse 104.3.
Forcing you to memorize tracks in the game and eventually start cheating. Because progression through Metropolis Street Racer is not about winning races so much as it's driving with style. You approach events like you're gambling, and the game recommends a time for you to beat. You can set a lower one and challenge it for more kudos. Kudos are the currency of Metropolis Street Racer, and it's kudos that you use to unlock new events and new challenges. You earn kudos by beating the time, winning races and challenges, using the handbrake a lot, which equals driving with style, and not crashing.
2, 1, go!
And it's very easy to win races and come out of it with negative kudos. More on that later. There's 3 massive environments to race in: Tokyo, San Francisco, and London, each of which have real-time lighting depending on what time it is that you're driving, or should I say, what time your Sega Dreamcast thinks you're driving. This makes the game seem bigger than it is because Tokyo at night looks completely different than Tokyo in the daytime. But unless you're a vampire, it's more difficult to see at night, which means for really challenging races you may want to change your Dreamcast clock to make that particular event daytime. There's a wide variety of race styles, including hot laps, challenges, and real races against other cars. And there's a lot of cars to unlock, but prepare to have some gray hair and grandkids by the time you unlock the cool ones. In the beginning, as you're learning the game and starting out, you get very, very small amounts of kudos for each race. And you can play races over and over again to increase the amount of kudos you earn, but if you screw up or crash a lot, you may actually score lower than you did before and wipe out your good score. So what you'll end up doing is playing through all the events and then going back and playing some over, trying to earn more kudos. And I think every 1,000 kudos you earn, you get a Joker card that you can then place on an event to double the number of kudos that you win or lose. And that's how you make your way through the game, by finding events that you can dominate, playing Joker cards, and then scoring big points. Or you can just pull off this little trick, find an easy race, and drift in circles for 20 or 30 minutes while using a Joker card. Each time you see the "way hey" on screen, that means you've scored style points. And this is how you unlock new events, but you'll still have to race through them in order to actually get the cool cars. Like another great racing series on the Dreamcast, Tokyo Extreme Racer, Metropolis Street Racer is repetitive and eventually it all starts to look the same, but it's still a really well-made driving game, and has some extremely innovative features for the year 2000, including that real-time lighting, but also how about radio stations that change depending on what city you're driving in, and the option to just play whatever music in the game you want to play while you're driving, like on a real radio. Futuristic! Although I guess Outrun kind of had that first, but it's still a nice feature. Metropolis Street Racer has changing weather conditions, 3 different camera perspectives, an interesting mix of music. And this is a race I absolutely have to win to unlock the next series of challenges, but I'm doing it as aggressively as possible, which means I'm going to actually get a negative kudos score, which is why it makes sense to plan on earning your kudos during easier races. And check this out, you don't buy cars in this game, you unlock them and then have to beat a challenge race in order to earn them. Metropolis Street Racer doesn't make it easy. That's a cool effect there as you have reception difficulty in tunnels. This game's got a lot of great stuff and good detail, as well as solid arcade-style driving. And it will test your driving and your patience. Just prepare to drive a Mazda Miata for the first 20 hours that you're playing the game. While I think it's far from perfect, it's a great buy for the Sega Dreamcast, whether you're buying it now or it can go back in time to the year 2000. Especially for those of you who like to play a driving game for a long time. That doesn't make it easy to get ahead. Even after you figure out how to work the kudos system a little bit, the game still puts up an immense challenge and can be a lot of fun. It's Metropolis Street Racer.